What's going on, everybody? I'm a little tired. Quick update. Last night we got the car running. Friend of mine came over in his exact same CRV, and we managed to get mine running, but none of his parts were actually working. So I adjusted the throttle cable enough to where it would just start running like on its own. Tweaked it a little bit here and there, and lo and behold, it kind of held idle and went into gear fine. Throttle cable feels like it's stretched. Because I can really manipulate it a lot from my foot, like pulling back on the cable. Even though it's adjusted and set, it feels like it's kind of doing a little more than what it should be. So I think the cable may be slightly stretched. Not too sure, but I got this. Got a fuel pressure tester and a vacuum tester. So we're going to check those out tonight and see if we can get anything working with those. So stay tuned. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the garage. Update. We got the car running. I don't know if I said that in the past clip or not. I went and got a fuel pressure tester and a vacuum tester. The vacuum is pretty good. When it's low on the idle, like at 1,000 where it should be, it is below vacuum, but it'll still die out. So, but if I give it a little bit more gas, it's fine, and it'll hold. Vacuum, when it's running and it sounds okay, it has good vacuum, is what I'm trying to say. It's probably not the best explanation, but unfortunately, the tool that I got, I'll show you guys. This is the vacuum tester. Here it is. The fuel pressure gauge. This one does not, unfortunately, this doesn't fit to the, to where I wanted to. So I wanted to be able to put that onto right here on this banjo bolt, but I cannot because it does not fit on it. So I have to get an adapter for that. But it seems like the vacuum is okay. I mean, I can get it to run and drive. And another weird thing is now it's only misfiring on cylinders 2, 3, and 4. No longer 1. We do have a random misfire one as well, code, but it's not calling out 1 specifically anymore. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to pull plugs 1 and 2 and check them and see what they look like. Okay, so this is cylinder 2. You can tell that is now running lean. Before they were 100% running rich. Now this one is 2 and it is running lean. So I'm going to pull 1 and see what that looks like. So this one, not much different, but you can see how dark it is around the bottom, and then it's kind of like white up on the top. That is like seriously sooty dark, and then white right up on the top. These could be gapped incorrectly, maybe, but I don't think it would do like that, like make it not run. But yeah, you can see how much soot was on the bottom there. But that could have been just from whatever was stuck in the cylinders, maybe. I'm not 100% sure, but as of right now, it seems like vacuum could be okay, but fuel pressure, maybe not. Okay, it didn't do it that time. Just a second ago, I went to turn the key on, and something with the fuel squeaked. It was very distinctive, but it was a very squeaky sound. Sounded like it was coming up front, like something was loose. I don't know how to describe that. I'm gonna clear the codes. It's confusing. Alright, I don't know how well you're gonna hear me, but here's the vacuum tester. It is idling kind of high right now. You can probably hear it misfiring if you can even hear me. See if I can get it to... Here, that almost died. Now now the gauge is starting to go a little weird. So it's not staying idle. It's not staying at idle very well. What are we at here? It's about 1,500. So, I mean, in all reality, I mean, if it were to drop down to 1,000, I think we would still have a vacuum leak. I mean, it's pretty close, but still, it's over. Let's see if we can get it down to like a. So if I could pull back on the pedal. Oop, a little too much. That's a little bit more acceptable right there. Let's go see what it looks like on the gauge. Still a little low. But you can definitely hear it sputtering and putting. But I mean, but as soon as I put it into gear here, I know it's gonna die. But until I can get the fuel pressure tested there, I can't, I don't want to just condemn fuel or a vacuum leak. Alrighty, well, that's pretty much all I'm going to have for tonight. It's, I think it's like 10 o'clock or something. I got to work in the morning, so I'm not sure. Not sure. We lost the misfire on cylinder 1. We still have it on 2, 3, 4. Still runs really rough at around about 1,000, and I'm sure it wouldn't go into gear. It would just die. As soon as it shifted, the fuel trims wouldn't be able to handle it because it's running lean. By what we saw on the plugs, it's definitely running lean. I got to get an adapter for, I think that's 6 AN. I think that's what I was told. 6 AN to go to whatever the Maddox fuel pressure gauge is. So I'm going to see if I can scrounge that up maybe tomorrow at some point. And we'll test the fuel, see what fuel pressure is looking like. I'm kind of hoping it's going to be something fuel pressure related. Because like I said, that one time I turned the key on, it had like this squeak noise, like there was a blockage. And it was trying to squeeze past it, and eventually it like pushed past, and then fuel came through. I tried priming it like 3 or 4 more times to see if it would do it. Wouldn't do it. If you guys have any idea, let me know in the comment section, because this is a bit of a doozy. Welcome back. We're here with the car. So, where we've left off is I managed to get the fuel pressure gauge here to work. I got it mounted up and everything there. So, cool. O'Reilly's off rip. So, we're going to rent the tool. But when they went there, they had to warranty out the part because evidently somebody swapped out the multimeter that was with it. I had already bought this one, but I didn't have the piece I needed to get to the fuel filter to be able to test it. So Brianna went there and they were like, oh, we got to warranty it out. Here, just have the piece. So O'Reilly's, we got the fitting we needed, tested it the other night. We found we don't have enough fuel pressure. How about that? Fuel pressure at idle for the CRV of this generation should be between 40 and 47. We weren't even hardly hitting 30. So that's pretty definitive that I'm thinking obviously there's something wrong probably with the fuel pump. Now, not the fuel inject. Now, we could still have a leaky injector or a stuck injector, something going on with that. I don't think that's going to be the case because we tested at the filter. Now, I know what you're thinking. Well, what if the filter's clogged? We already ordered that too. We got a brand new filter and pump, whole sending unit on the way. I got the whole thing just in case if anything was wrong with it. And it did look like it was a little bit of a pain to get. Let me show you what it looks like. Again, the mess, I have all the tools out that, I mean, I kind of put them together, but we got the whole sending unit out. I didn't see anything. Normally you'll see around in this area, the hose will be like popped off or swelling. I did take this one off already, so don't mind that, and I unplugged it. I was going to try and take it apart, but I decided I'm not going to do that. So normally you'll see something like that. I wanted to see like the sock super dirty or something like that, but what could be happening is the pump is trying to pull and it's not pulling enough and it's dropping the fuel back in. So we'll head over. I already have the seat out. This wasn't that bad to do, but it's kind of a little dark in here, but you can see we already got the fuel pump out, took the seats out and everything. Super simple on this car, was not very difficult at all to pull the seats out. It's like 4 bolts, 2 on the front and then 1 on each corner. And you just pull the lever and the whole seat just comes right on out. And then what you see on the top bolts and everything like that, super simple, nothing over the top and crazy. So fuel pump is out. Waiting on the fuel pump, should be a couple more days. Just want to give this update. So once the fuel pump comes in, we'll pick up on another episode for everything there. So appreciate everybody who's been enjoying the videos so far. Seems we did figure out probably the misfire is associated with the lack of fuel pressure. I took off the fuel pressure regulator off vacuum, and it did give it more PSI, and it was running a little better. So I hope we're on the right track. I have high hopes for it this time. It's extremely cold in here today. We're, I think, averaging 22 degrees outside right now. Windy, very windy, and it's a little bit of flurry. So I think wind chill's down into the teens. So I'm going to head back inside. And I will see you guys in the next episode when we get the fuel pump and hopefully get it running and maybe do some other cool stuff with it. So thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. See you in the next video. Peace.